K-pop girl group NewJeans, known for hits like Hype Boy, Attention, and Ditto, has strongly criticized Hive, the agency behind the global group BTS. On September 11th, they expressed their views during a live broadcast and stated their desire for the return of former CEO Min Hee-jin by the 25th. Now, let's take a look at their thoughts in English. Hello, this is NewJeans Minji. This is NewJeans Danielle. This is NewJeans Hyun. This is NewJeans Honey. This is NewJeans Heron. There may be bunnies who are surprised by this sudden situation. We prepared this meeting because we wanted to share the thoughts and opinions of the members regarding this matter. First, I want to mention one of the reasons why we decided to do this live. Although it hasn't been long since the CEO was dismissed, it was very difficult to see many people who have continued to be with us. It was hard to see them suffering from unfair demands and pressure, and it was extremely frustrating to know that we had to just watch those situations, and we were also very worried about the future of the five of us. Honestly, while preparing for this live, we were naturally worried about what reactions there would be after the live, and we were also concerned that there might be ridiculous comments suggesting that the CEO ordered us to do this. But I want to make it clear about this part. This live is prepared because the five of us really have something we want to say. For parts we couldn't prepare, we received help from directors we trust and believe in. Since bunnies and everyone are stepping up to help us, we felt it wasn't right for us to stay hidden. Also, since this is a matter involving the lives of the five of us, it is not something we can just leave to the adults and keep waiting. And since this is something we are currently experiencing, rather than doing nothing, we thought it was better to take action. We thought that sharing our story directly was a healthier approach, so we gathered the courage to do so. The story we are sharing today is ultimately about Hive. We have already had a meeting with the current management team, and we shared our opinions there. But after the meeting, seeing these issues, it felt like our desires were not clearly conveyed and that communication was blocked. And we felt that unless we spoke in this manner, our opinions and thoughts wouldn't be effectively communicated. So we prepared this live. This announcement of mine today is something that even ADOR staff are not aware of, so they must be quite surprised. I'm sure everyone watching is also very surprised. I was uncertain about where to start, but since the goal is to express our intentions, I will try to explain it as clearly as possible. Of course, due to contractual issues, I cannot disclose everything, but I will be as honest as I can. After the decision was made for us to debut as a business, the members and I had sufficient time to get to know each other. At that time, I had a sense of caution and an inexplicable fear about the adults we were working with. But since this is the first time someone has approached us in such a manner, it felt awkward, but I definitely felt the difference, and naturally, this increased my trust in that regard. From before our debut until now, we are aware of the issues related to our NewJeans debut schedule and various other matters. But working with the CEO was good, and since all the members felt the same way, we were well prepared and have been able to work well up to now. We naturally want to work with such a CEO.
Even before debuting as NewJeans and through all of the time that we spent together with Min Hee-jin 대표님, all of us felt that the music we wanted to make and the kind of world we wanted to build together, our vision, was similar in so many ways. With Min Hee-jin 대표님, we were able to prepare each and every task with sincere hearts, and I believe it shows in our work. Putting our sincere effort into something is only possible because of the people that we're working with have trust in each other and have that same vision. Min Hee-jin 대표님 is not only the person that produces our music, but someone who makes NewJeans who we are. She discusses even the smallest details with us and explains them in ways that we can understand clearly. NewJeans has a distinct color and tone, and this was created with Min Hee-jin 대표님. She is integral to NewJeans' identity, and we all feel that she is irreplaceable.
After our debut, the number of unreasonable and incomprehensible incidents that you don't know about has only increased. As some of you may know, recently, personal records such as videos from our trainee days and medical records were leaked. We were really shocked when we first saw it. It's truly incomprehensible that a company that should protect us failed to manage and leaked such materials. So, naturally, we are worried that strange materials or false information about us may spread in the future. We have raised these issues with our parents and CEO Min, but Hive has not addressed them and has not taken any proactive measures. Meanwhile, the CEO was dismissed, and we feel really lost about who we can trust and rely on in the future. So we felt that if we didn't speak up in this way, no one would know. And after much thought and decision among ourselves, we gathered the courage to do this. Recently, I experienced something. The fourth floor of the Hive building is where hair and makeup are done. So many other artists come and go frequently, and many staff members also pass through that space. One day, while I was waiting alone in the hallway, another team member and a manager from that area walked past me. We exchanged greetings, but when they came out again later, the manager told me to ignore me. In front of me and where I could clearly hear, the manager told me to be ignored. I still don't understand why I had to go through such an experience, and I feel very unfair about it. I was truly shocked when I heard about what Hani went through. I can't believe how a team's manager could walk by and openly tell the team members to ignore Hani. We experienced unimaginable words and attitudes, and not only did we not receive an apology, but they also did not admit any wrongdoing. I am naturally worried about how many more similar incidents might occur in the future, and whether we will face subtle bullying without anyone to protect us. I hope no one else has to go through such an experience, but since it has already happened once, I think it's natural for other members to be scared that they might face similar situations. I spoke to the new CEO about it, but since I had no evidence and they said it was too late, they seemed to just brush it off, making me feel that there is no one to protect us, and that there is no genuine concern for me. Even though I spoke so honestly, I felt like I became a bit of a liar in an instant. However, the previous CEO fought a lot for me, and although the new people around us say they will help, they have been making excuses for months and only claim that it is an issue they can't resolve. But since they are trying to brush off what I personally experienced as my fault, I'm worried and scared about what might happen in the future. Naturally, I am worried about my future, but what scares me the most is that the works we have already created are being infringed upon. There are people who spent even more time than us creating our work, and they are right in front of us, and I find it completely incomprehensible that such actions are being taken. The new management team has said they will separate producing and management, but we have always worked in a different manner compared to other labels. We were content with that approach and didn't have any complaints about it. With Min Hee-jin no longer able to confirm all the matters, how can we continue working as we did before? Additionally, I don't understand the recent statement released by the new management team. If they truly intended to honor their promise not to interfere with our producing, the current situation with director Shin Woo-sok should never have happened, and it should not have been handled in this manner. We, who are the subjects of copyright and portrait rights, do not want this. So who exactly are they working for? In the new statement, they keep making excuses that they are doing it to protect us and prevent our anxiety. But why do they keep saying they are doing it for us when they are not actually doing so? We hope they do not create unnecessary problems. We would like to see respect and consideration for both the CEO and the directors we worked with. The actions they are taking now are not for our benefit at all.
Something we all find very important, something that plays a very important role in our team's colour and image, is our media content and creative production. And despite saying that they would leave all the creative production to our now former CEO Min Hee-jin, through official statements that I think a lot of you might have already read or seen, and also during our personal meetings, they infringed our content. Content that not only we worked really hard on, but also our staff who spent endless hours to produce and release them solely for our fans. And if they had any understanding about what type of team we are and the type of content that we create, they would have thought more deeply before crossing the line that they set for themselves. Because of this incident, we realised that there's not much we can do to prevent these type of issues. Personally, the way that Adore used to run was the business management and creative production was not separated and was factors that played and worked in harmony with each other. And it was perfectly fine. It was our way of working. It is our CEO's way of producing NewJeans content. which a lot of you were able to enjoy and appreciate. But now that she's no longer CEO, these factors that should have continued to work together in harmony are now being seen as two different areas of work.
In fact, there are many scary and uncomfortable things that we have experienced that are completely beyond my understanding. There are events that make me question whether Hive truly cares about us, and while there is clear evidence, I find it difficult to talk about today because I don't know how things will escalate. I hope you can understand a bit of the emotional state we were in while creating the situation and choosing this method. As I mentioned earlier, our dream was to perform on stage with the music we wanted to make with CEO Min Hee-jin, and we worked extremely hard for that. But now we are unable to do that work, and we might not even be able to achieve the plans we had set.
As Hanyoung said earlier, just like that, the content that we released solely for our fans, for our bunnies, was instantly erased. And I truly can't understand why anyone would do this to a group or just anyone in general.
We were only striving for our dreams. What did we do wrong? After the CEO was dismissed, we were no longer able to work with the directors who had been with us for a week. And we are anxious about the future of those who always worked hard for us, not knowing when or how they might be affected. If they truly cared about us, they shouldn't just talk about prioritizing the artists. Please just let us work with the music we can really rely on, enjoy, and love. Personally, I am very grateful to the people around me who have helped me grow mentally and feel a sense of vitality. And I want to continue working with them, but I can't understand or even know how to deal with the external forces that keep interfering and blocking us. I cannot understand what truly benefits us or what contributes to our growth. Also, I feel very sorry and regretful that our Bunnies fans, who found comfort and built joyful and happy memories with us, have to experience such things and worry about unnecessary issues. I am deeply sorry and distressed. Moreover, we almost lost works that symbolize the relationship between NewJeans and Bunnies, and we do not want to lose anything else. I do not want to conform or agree with the values of the society those people belong to. And since that direction is definitely not for me, I will not choose to go in that direction. We found out about the CEO's dismissal through an article on the same day it happened. It was so sudden and completely unexpected for all of us members, so honestly, it was really hard. We were very bewildered, and from the perspective of artists under Hive, the company's unilateral notification made us feel that we were not being respected at all. In the midst of that confusion, we heard through our manager that the new CEO wanted to greet us. From the very first actions after joining Adore, there was no sense of consideration for us. The new person, Ms. Ji-young, said she would prioritize the members, show consideration for them, and put NewJeans first. But from what has happened so far, it's clear that those were just words. In the first place, a week before NewJeans' comeback, instead of helping with the promotion, they released an article about the CEO's dismissal and took actions that portrayed NewJeans negatively to the public. I would like to ask again, where exactly is the consideration for NewJeans? The unnecessary and exhausting discussions about us and NewJeans have been endlessly tedious for a third party to witness, and as the parties involved, we are very uncomfortable. We still have music we want to make together and goals we want to achieve, and it's most upsetting and disheartening to think that if things continue this way, we will lose not only our future, but also the work we've done and the team's identity. In the hope of stopping these tiring and unhelpful behaviors towards each other, we have created this opportunity to express our own views directly.
Like how we have our own individual thoughts and feelings, we have the choice to choose how we will react to each situation, and we are not going to follow Hive's every orders blindly. We are more than well aware that this is getting in the way of our work, and that we should be treated much, much better than how we are right now. And it's very hard to believe that they are truly sincere about wanting to help us to be able to continue to work with our community. Despite her being in the midst of all this current legal conflict, she's expected to plan and creatively produce our future endeavours in just only 2 months, which I personally think makes no sense at all. We don't want to hear all the empty words of how they're going to help us continue to work with Min Hee-jin. And all we want is this legal conflict to be resolved and have our working environment returned back to normal the way it was before.
We believe that the current working method of Hive is neither honest nor correct based on our experience. Please stop obstructing us. Please reinstate our CEO and return to the original Adore with its familiar environment and people, instead of the current unfamiliar ones. We are not asking for anything more than what we already do well. We hope you will grant our request and let us do our part well, as we will continue to do our part effectively. From a human perspective, we wish you would stop tormenting our CEO, Min Hee-jin. Honestly, it's pitiful to see how the CEO is being treated, and Hive appears to be inhumane. What can we learn from a company like this? What we want is for Min Hee-jin to continue as CEO with the integrated management and producing role of the original Adore. The reason we are making this request is that it is the way to coexist well with High B without conflict. If our opinion is well communicated, we hope Chairman Bang and High B will make a wise decision by the 25th to restore Adore to its original state. Thank you for listening to us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you next time.